Good morning, everyone, on this early Monday morning. Hopefully, all is well. Hopefully, you've had a good weekend to kind of get out and stretch your legs and enjoy. Yeah, it has been chilly and quite cold at night. In fact, temperatures this morning starting out into the mid and upper 20s, maybe close to 30 in a couple of spots, but pretty frosty out there. And notice we will see increasing clouds today, but still looking dry. In fact, weather-wise, we should stay pretty quiet through the midweek, watching a little southern weather system that should skirt us mainly to the south as we head into the next couple of days. Can't rule out a few sprinkles across North Georgia, but I just don't think we're going to see a whole lot out of it. And then by Thursday, that's when everything's going to start to change, first with some areas of rain, and then we may quickly mix or change over. I don't think that's going to be a major problem, but what will be a major problem will be first the wind and the cold rushing in late Thursday night into Friday morning, and any leftover moisture that may refreeze. We call it flash freezing. I talked about that Saturday, and that may be more of a story than the actual winter precipitation when it comes to travel. So that's something that we'll continue to watch. But first of all, let's go ahead and take a look at what you expect as we head into the afternoon today. And it's not going to be bad. Once again, it's going to be chilly. Temperatures staying below normal, about 45 or so, with those clouds increasing. There you see that southern weather system. That's probably going to be staying basically about I-20 southward. A couple of sprinkles could drift into North Georgia as we head into maybe Tuesday afternoon as it sweeps onto the east. But tonight, because of the clouds, it won't be as cold, lower 30s. And then there you see the clouds continue through much of Tuesday. And then that may diminish as we head into the evening hours. And notice all that rain stretches from the coastal areas of Georgia back through the Carolinas. So that first system will dodge us to the south. So pretty quiet weather. In fact, Wednesday, if you do have plans or if you do have shopping or errands to run, that's going to be the best day by far to go ahead and do what you need to do as we head into Wednesday, because looks like sunshine will break out and high temperatures probably will be around 50 degrees, so it's actually going to feel pretty good Wednesday afternoon. After that, though, things will change in a hurry as we'll go ahead and look at that extended forecast. It hasn't changed too much from what we have looked at over the last several days. So confidence is very high that we're going to see a big blast of cold air, probably the coldest in 4 or 5 years around here, as temperatures are going to really plummet. And Thursday night is when everything is really going to start to move in when it comes to that cold air. There you see the first little system Tuesday dodging us to the south. Temperatures cool, but looks like Wednesday a pretty good day. There you see Thursday with areas of rain, and that's going to be important, how much rain we get. So typically rain is not a big deal. If you get a quarter, half inch, 3/4 of an inch of rain, it really doesn't matter whether you got a quarter or half an inch. In this case, it will, because the more showers that we have on Thursday, the more likely we may have a refreezing issue when it comes to Friday morning, as the showers will continue to move on to the east. Finally, by Thursday night, there you see the whole Arctic front sweeping on through with showers briefly mixing and changing to snow before ending, but I don't think it's going to be a big problem when it comes to wintry precipitation, as it's going to get chased out before the cold air really gets implanted. So we'll see a brief changeover, especially into the mountains where you may have some accumulation. Into the valleys, I don't think that's going to be the case. But the bigger problem, once again, will be this cold Arctic air. Friday, high temperatures maybe close to 20 to 22 after a start into the upper teens, so we may not move much. Saturday morning, that will be the coldest morning. A lot of it starting perhaps between about 8 and 12. We'll see how the computer models handle this cold Arctic air, and it will last all the way through Christmas Day into next week. Moderating temperatures. Notice the freezing line starts to move on to the north as we head into the end of December. But as we head from Thursday until about next Monday morning, bitterly cold Arctic air is really going to set itself into the Tennessee Valley, all the way into the south and east. So obviously that is going to be the big story that we're going to continue to track. But at least for the next few days through Wednesday, pretty quiet weather around here. In fact, Wednesday, that is the day to circle if you do want to get out and kind of get things done and actually enjoy the weather. It's not going to be bad at all. So take care. Today's not going to be bad either. It's just going to see more clouds and staying chilly, but we're used to that by now. So take care. Be safe. Have a great rest of your Monday. We'll talk to you later.